Hyperpoga. Goes by quick, boys. Not late, my good. Haspoggers. Hobbies. Half a year of Hasanabi's hassle.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm a Sound Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. We are live, folks. Boys, girls, MBs, we are live and alive on this fantastic day.
My name Jeff.
My voice modulator was on. Totally forgot to turn that off when I was prank calling Buddha earlier off stream. But I hope everyone's having a great day.
Hello, Himbo King replied to me.
Put it back on? No. I forgot to say that it's actually not sunny this morning. I have a sunny and cheery disposition,
Your voice leaked.
but it's not actually a sunny day in Los Angeles. But the sun is coming out right now. It's actually 51 degrees and rainy in California, Los Angeles. But
Hassle, hassle, hassle.
I feel good, and I'll tell you exactly why. It's Monday, March 15, 2021, 11 a.m., and I'm really early. And the reason why I'm really early is because I've been very excited to stream. 51 degrees and rainy in Los Angeles, but I'm excited to stream. I'm stoked. Why is that? Well, last night, the NoPixel servers were down, which meant that I could not play after 10:30, which meant that I could also not watch other streamers who play on the server after I'm
19
done.
months with the smallest head on Twitch. I got my
In general,
COVID-19 shot on Saturday.
Which meant
Have a
that
great
I
stream,
would
Tiny Head
watch
XQCL.
some Netflix instead of my regular addiction, which meant that I could go to sleep at a reasonable time. I went to sleep, I believe, at I think like 12, 1, around that time. Very good. Very, very good. I woke up at 7 a.m. on the dot like that. Hopefully I'm able to restructure my sleep schedule once again, because I was having a hard time with that. Because that's one of the issues that I've been having when dealing with is restructuring my sleep schedule. Another one of the issues that I've been dealing with also is restructuring my workout schedule.
Hassle, love you, Young. Thanks for all the.
So when I woke up, I was
content while
excited, you
keeping
know,
me well informed.
finally I have time to go to the gym, you know, read up on the news, do all that sort of stuff. I woke up early. It's going to be a good day today. And I realized it's raining
Your
outside. I
headset
said,
gives us
fuck,
5 head, love you, Hassy,
my
Hass.
luck. Man, my luck is so bad. Down bad. The boy is down bad.
I need a life.
Then I found out that the indoor gyms have opened in Los Angeles, and all of a sudden, the fact that it was raining no longer was an issue for
Hey,
me.
gamer.
I checked the new...
Guys know.
I checked the new COVID cases in Los Angeles, saw that it was
All my Bezos bucks for the best
the number
pussy
of
west the
new
Mississippi.
COVID
Can I get a yee-haw?
cases in the state is relatively low in comparison to where we were at. So I bit the bullet and I went and I worked out indoors in the gym with very few other people. Luckily, the gyms are still very, very empty. Constantly being cleaned, all that sort of stuff. hopefully we will get some COVID vaccines soon. In which case...
9 months and I still can't find my remote to change the channel from this imbo.
In which case I will be doing some more.
Love you, Hassel. Thanks for getting
My
me through
fear,
this
much like
season.
Anthony Fauci,
Your
on the
long
other
streaks
hand,
really help
is
the
that
15 nowadays go
lifting
by.
COVID restrictions might lead to a spike as it has in Europe. Europe is like 2 weeks to a month ahead of
10
us
months
in these sorts of situations. And Italy, for example, has gone back to quarantine in certain areas, increased lockdown measures. And the reason for why they've done that is because COVID has spiked in certain areas of the country. It's like constantly just going back and forth with COVID. You know, you lift restrictions, or you increase restrictions. People complain, but finally they cave. They listen to the restrictions. Then they end up starting to, you know, flatten the curve, if you will. And as soon as we get to a plateau, boom, all of a sudden restrictions are lifted. Everyone's celebrating. People are sucking face. And we are back to the problems. Emerald, thank you for the 10 tier 1 gift subs. You probably qualify under new tier for vaccine. It's BMI over 25. That's not very high. Wait, really? If BMI over 25, I qualify for the vaccine. I am getting that shit, baby. Holy crap. I don't think that's true, though. I think you just wanted to find a way to, like, call me fat or something. Because if that's true, then holy crap, that's great. It's 30 in Texas? Yeah, well, Texas is a little different. Of course it's 30 in Texas. Everyone is 30 in Texas. BMI 30 in Texas means like 98% of the state, brother. If anything, they should be vaccinating people under. If they wanted to limit the number of vaccines, they would be limiting to people under 30 BMI in the state of Texas. They got them big goals, brother. That's freedom. I got freedom to have diabetes. I got freedom to have the diabetes of my dreams. Okay. I get double ups at Applebee's COVID special. Jalapeno poppers. Make sure that my blood is full of lard. There are nowhere in Texas that are taking age into account. Everyone's getting them. Good. That's good. They should. We'll talk about the vaccines and stuff that I found out. Some really weird shit. Some good news that I found out about vaccines. Some bad stuff that I found out about vaccines. We'll talk about all of that in a second. I guess as far as personal news goes, though, I'm feeling really good today. Hopefully nothing fucks it up. Partially feeling really good today because I'm back. We're back. Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on. I love that someone said Hawaii has more diabetes than Texas. Oh man. Okay, never mind. I guess then it's yeah, I shouldn't make fun of Americans being fat. You're right.
5 months
Sleepy Joe is live. Talking about the American Rescue Plan. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but before I do that, I'm probably not going to watch Sleepy Joe. What is this video?
You guys know. 20s, it's okay. Listen, I'm not saying it's okay to continue to fuck up. I'm just saying, like, don't be so hard on yourself. But anyways, I'm just saying that because I'm trying to get
7
close
months
to you.
has buffs in the chat has buff.
What the fuck?
You guys know.
This guy. Did you see you were briefly mentioned on the latest Cumtown Premium? No. Well, one, I'm not a Cumtown Premium subscriber. Two, I haven't really seen most honest streamer on Twitch, hands down.
My prime again.
Thank you for answering my question. I don't know where to start. Your streams are great and funny personality. I didn't fucking start my Twitch channel to be commemorated on my fucking personality. I came here to be complimented on my boobs. And if you guys don't fucking start complimenting my body right now, that I am selling on the internet for views, this is my marketing plan.
I can
You guys have to fucking leave.
I'm a fat Texan
I'm fucking
and
sick
am
of this
half
bullshit.
vaccinated.
she's gonna get banned for saying that, by the way, probably. I mean, I know that everyone's gonna say based and shit, but like, and I don't think she should. I think if that's genuinely what she's doing, then fuck yeah, who cares? Like, it's honest. I don't have a problem with it. Like, you know what I mean? But
just got my jab this morning. Hope they jab you soon, Asin.
props to Bill Burr for raising the public awareness to the fact that Grammys has a Best Tropical Latin Music Award. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. The Bill Burr story is pretty funny to me. She's being sarcastic though. I don't know what she's doing. Who cares? Anyway, all right, let's fucking do it. Let's blast off, boys. I'm gonna tweet out that I'm live. Okay. I feel like most of the political frogs have died already. They're dead. Like, they're not coming back because they've literally died. They're like, oh, Hassan did 2 full days of playing video games over the weekend, which means it's over. He's no longer a political streamer. Time to go somewhere else. We're dead. So here, daycare is open. Biden is live with malarkey.
Check the box, get your shot.
Cuomo is Trump for MSNBC. Liberals. COVID good news / bad news.
Keep on trucking.
And more. Get in now. www.twitch.tv/Hasanabi.
GM Hassan, I'm watching from work.
You seen the anti-protest bill in the UK? As a political frog, I like your RP, so I'm not starving. It's just hard because it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, I know that it's just so drastically different. Like, playing video games is so drastically different than fucking doing politics that it's hard to manage an audience with both, you know?
Hold on.
Like, if I just did reaction and then after reaction I did the gaming, then it would be different. Like, people would be able to
come back to New Jersey. BMI requirement is also 25 and over.
Just got out of class and we were talking about it. Curious about your take. What should we do about the filibuster? Yo, I've told you already. Filibustering some bitches, dude.
9-month anniversary, 9-month anniversary, 9-month anniversary, 9-month anniversary, 9-month anniversary.
Would you comment on Nick Mullen's claims that you murder boxers and partake in sadistic torture? It's 100% correct. What is the Cometown bit where they talked about me? Apparently, let's hear it. Oh my God, you're tired? No, I'm not tired. I'm actually very excited. All right, come on. Send me that fucking clip. Someone was sending me a YouTube clip, apparently. BMI rec for California, severe obesity. It's index BMI over 40 kilograms. M2, I don't know what that means. Just give me the fucking number.
Can get the vaccine soon. Stay safe.
Biden claims there will be 100 million checks in people's arms. Or people's pockets in the next 100 days. Shots in arms, money in pockets, he says. I don't know why I said arms. Yeah, that's true. The money is starting to come in. Starts at 32 minutes.
Talk about socialism. He killed a dog on there once.
Yeah, he straight. It's insane. But he literally
can get really famous.
Show that way for talk, speaking, like, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta be not
ever like even remotely been interested in Twitch streaming.
Because you're not enjoying gaming. You're like performing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you got to be aware of shit. I just want to fucking game and not speak and like
shots in pockets, money in arms.
But some of it isn't video games. Some of it is just people talking.
Yeah, like I used to do Stop Solve Your Problems on Twitch. It was fun. Right. You can do a show that way for
Use
sure.
my GI Bill and turned into a dirty.
Yeah, and they're all really. You can get really famous from it.
Yeah, but you got like Hassan. That motherfucker's big on there, but he literally streams fucking 12 hours a day. It's insane.
What does he talk about? Socialism?
Italian
He
hands,
killed a
Italian
dog
hands,
on
Italian
there.
hands,
Yeah, he
Italian
strangled
hands,
that's where,
Italian
like,
hands,
that's-
Italian
that's-
hands,
killed
a
Italian
dog.
hands,
That's where he
Italian
like got
hands,
his
Italian hands, Italian
his
hands.
kind of
That's
fame.
hot
Yeah.
privilege. Hot
Yeah.
privilege.
It's hot privilege.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's Turk privilege. That's
right.
the thing.
He
No
was,
one expects
he was
them.
dressed like Lenny Kravitz's girlfriend at the time,
Oh,
and then he
that's how he got away with it.
he like what would you say it was a boxer?
It was a boxer.
27 months.
He
He
strangled,
strangled
the
the boxer.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz's girlfriend is what's the fuck is his ex-wife? You mean?
Yeah, I couldn't
Lisa
remember.
Bonet?
Lisa Bonet.
That's it.
I would love to
I
fuck
fucked
Zoe Kravitz and Lisa Bonet.
That's it?
You actually didn't.
No, it didn't.
Using Cometown for views? Yes, that's what I'm doing. That's all they said? I thought they were gonna rip into me a little bit more. Damn. Yeah, it's true. That's what happened. You'll probably beat the shit out of these guys all at once. No, they're
Best
fine,
community
guys.
on
They're
Twitch.
fucking comedians. Chill the fuck out. Honestly, brave of you to play an unscreened Cometown bit. You're right. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Anyway. Okay, let's get into it. Fucking President Biden is done already, thank God. This Democratic Marine veteran running for Senate in Missouri puts a script that background might sound like DSCC central casting, but he's running as a progressive populist on an anti-monopoly platform. Good. I mean, we'll see. Ojeda came across a little crazy in West Virginia, but we'll see what happens in Missouri. Like, if he can actually pull a real Josh Hawley, you know what I mean? Like Josh Hawley, but like actually legit with the background and everything.
How has it been 22 months?
And people in Missouri respond positively to this. This could dramatically change. This could dramatically change things for the Democratic Party. They will do everything they can to fucking obliterate this this campaign. Don't get me wrong. They will do everything they can. Most likely to shit on this. Guys, I know Tucker Carlson did a video. It's literally on my title. Like, why do people think like, oh, I'm sure you're unaware of this, but you know, there's a video out there of John Oliver that he does every Sunday. There's a show that he does. I don't know if you know that, but like, he's done a Tucker Carlson video. He's done it again. I mean, this John Oliver guy, he's British, but you know, I'll look past that. He's done it again. He's done a video. You should take a look at it. Thank you. Just click it, streamer. Look, I know, guys. Anyway, Biden administration begins stimulus bill tour as border crisis grows. So this border crisis narrative is incredibly fucking annoying from the media, by the way. They are absolutely feeding into this. And they're going to cause the Democrats to behave in a totally, even in a more reactionary way than they were already going to behave. Okay? It is so incredibly manufactured. And I will say this. Once this, I'm gonna start the video and I'll give you some thoughts on
this morning. Cash hitting bank accounts for millions of Americans.
I think it was a nice surprise to see that it came so soon.
It will change my life for the better. There's no doubt.
Top White House figures hitting the road.
We're going to be traveling the country to speak directly to the American people.
Leaving a divided Washington, where Republicans universally opposed the $1.9 trillion bill, saying it's far too costly, predicting it will add to the national debt, and arguing the money spent isn't targeted enough. The White House's 7-stop, 5-day tour intended to promote tangible aid from vaccines to schools to financial help, but also clearly to seek out political credit.
Help is here, and we will not stop working for you.
The math for a family of 5, like the Purdue's of Springfield, Missouri, $7,000 delivered by direct deposit.
A huge.
I mean, it's solid. there is definitely this is solid. I'm a news editor at a local news station. This interview's footage is literally triggering me because I was literally editing it last night. We'll get back to the stimmy. I want to talk about the border crisis really quick, okay? Hey, son, after you being home watching you, I secured a really good paying job today. I might not get to watch you as much, but thank you very much for getting me through this trying time. Thank you, Fat Man Joyzy. What will we do without your dad puns? Also, what did you do? Did you slide up on the Indeed slider? Is that how you got your really well-paying job?
Man's in chat. Love you all, hassle.
Fat Man Jersey did that thing, boys. We were making fun of everybody. We were making fun of everyone, but turns out all you need to do is go on Indeed, okay? All you need to do is go on fucking Indeed and slide it up. Most people only go up to like 35K. Turns out, all you need to do is slide it up to 80K, okay? Just slide it on up. Anyway, we'll get to the stimmy shit in a second, okay? There's a lot of good. There's some bad. We've already talked about it like a gajillion times over. So at this point, like if you want to hear more stimmy conversations from me, I'm going to throw up. But what I do want to talk about here is this border crisis, okay? Before we get to the insanity of the Bill Burr shit. The border crisis is hilarious because there's always been a crisis at the border, okay? Like, there's never a crisis at the border. When there are humanitarian problems occurring at the border as a consequence of the conditions there, 120 degrees they have to traverse in the desert, all that sort of stuff. And then also the American government adding on to the cruelty with the way that they choose to deal with people that are crossing the border, that are seeking asylum. There is an extra crisis on the border. There's always a crisis on the border. It's never stopped. The problem is the way media covers it. You can either cover it like you do under the Trump administration, which is somewhat honestly, okay, from a moral grandstand point of view, like an actual honest point of view, by saying this is really messed up, this is really horrible. The way that we are treating these people is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Or you can treat it in a way where you look at the border and you say there's a gigantic crisis happening in the border currently, and it's really bad because so many people are coming in. So many people are coming in. What are we going to do? And depending on who is in charge, we either deal with it. The media either deals with it from the point of view of reactionary garbage, claiming that this is a huge issue, not taking an actual stance on it, but just simply channeling the right-wing agitations as they have done. Just covering it as, many Americans are concerned that the border is turning into a pile-on with hundreds of thousands of migrants coming in through the floodgates. Like, that's no different than what fucking Fox News says. Okay? That is no different than what Fox News says. When MSNBC is saying it, or whenever, the Associated Press is covering it in that way, they're doing a disservice. If they truly have a left-wing point of view in the way that, like, so many imply, then they have to recognize that simply offering contentious coverage on a particular matter does not mean that you are, does not mean that you're doing honest coverage on the issue, right? So, House GOP leaders head to the southern border as Democrats ready immigration bills. So, Democrats are putting forward some immigration bills right now, and the hilarity here is what Kevin McCarthy, California Republican and House Minority Leader, is decided he's going to do a news conference about the U.S.-Mexico border policy outside the Capitol on Thursday, or did one, and has decided to do a field trip to the border. So, remember, these guys are the same guys that said, that laughed at AOC when she, like, went to the border camps and cried, right? So now they're going to do the exact same thing, but from the Republican side. Like, they made fun of AOC and Democrats for, you know, getting crazy and you know, taking things too seriously. Like, come on, let's just kill a couple immigrants. Like, just give me a break. Like, let's just throw them in concentration camps. Like, what's the big deal? Now they themselves are going to go and be like, oh my God, a brown person walked through an imaginary border that we had set here. Obviously, this means every American is going to be raped. All white Americans are about to be raped and murdered. We need to literally start shooting people. So that's where we're at right now with the border crisis. Okay? That's where we're at with the border crisis, where Republicans are... Okay, come on. You can't say stuff like that. But that's where we're at with the fucking border crisis right now. And the media is absolutely allowing Republicans to get away with it. Okay?
Tie for content.
This crisis at the border is spiraling out of control, McCarthy told reporters last week, and it's entirely caused by the actions of this administration. Sent a letter to Biden in early March requesting a meeting to discuss the increasing numbers of migrants at the border and work together to solve it. Like, what? What are we going to do? What are the Democrats going to do? Work together with Kevin McCarthy? Like, what? How are they going to work together? There are already, you know, overflow facilities and all this other, like, cruel shit that Democratic administrations rarely ever scale back, right? Wait, what's going on at the border? Absolutely nothing that is different, okay? That's the whole point that I'm trying to make here. Nothing different is happening at the border that hasn't happened in perpetuity in the United States of America, okay? The only difference is an administration is different now, and they're going to do still the senseless cruelty on the immigrants that are trying to find a better life for themselves. But this time the media is going to act as the cudgel or act as they are contentious and pretty much push the administration that was already willing to do reactionary garbage to begin with to immigrants because nobody gives a shit about them. But they're going to use the public opinion on immigration as a reason as to why they have to have these detention centers and why they have to do these like dragnet ICE raids and shit like that. Okay? That's it.
Hey, has.
Recently, Vice was on the ground at the border. The reality of reversing the Biden-Trump policy. Okay, well, I'll watch this. It's only 18 minutes. I don't think there's going to be like TOS on
Aquí
here.
tenemos a la compañera Onelia Alonso, la primer persona que fue llamada por la ACNUR para ir para los Estados Unidos de América. A ver, mírame para acá, Onelia.
After more than a year of waiting, Onelia just found out she's been chosen to be one of the first migrants from this refugee camp to be legally brought into the United States. She's one of 70,000 asylum seekers who have been forced to wait in Mexico for months or even years under a Trump-era policy called the Migrant Protection Protocols, or MPP.
So ultimately, the biggest change here with Biden's administration versus Donald Trump so far has been processing asylum seekers and allowing them to come into the country again, right? The Trump administration was like, nope, it's done. It's over. Because of COVID, we're like totally ending it. And even before that, they were like, if you come here, we're going to murder you, okay? We're going to lock you in fucking jail for an extended period of time. You're going to have to do slave labor. Sorry, sucks to suck. Who gives a shit? Fuck you. And we're going to separate you from your children. We're going to do senseless cruelty to you if you try to come into this country. So the big change there is the Biden administration has said, we are processing asylum seekers. So there is still so much more going on that there's still so much that needs to be reformed on the back end. But even a little bit of that, even a little bit of reform has immediately gotten Republicans to act like the country is falling apart and they're literally burning it to the ground and now we're going to be waving Guatemalan flags everywhere instead of the American flag, yada yada.
The first group of migrants just arrived here in the Brownsville bus terminal. And it's a very emotional scene. This is a moment that many didn't even think was imaginable 2 years ago in the midst of Remain in Mexico policy. And now suddenly, their whole story is about to change.
Muchas gracias a Dios por llegar hasta aquí a tierras de libertad. Dios. Gracias, llegué. Llevaba mucho tiempo, bueno, llevo 3 años y 6 meses entre travesía y varada, en campamento, campo refugiado, en la selva del Darién. He pasado mucha angustia y estoy viva gracias a este Dios.
¿Y ahora qué le toca?
Soñar todavía. Mientras estemos vivos, vemos un futuro por delante.
But migrants like Onelia, with active...
You look at these cartel members. Brother, you don't understand.
More substance to say than just that.
Cartel members have changed their they've changed the way they look, brother. You think, oh, I'm sorry. You think I'm a sexist? You think I'm a sexist? You're willing to tell me that you don't think that these are girl boss cartel members right here, brother? Yeah, I fucking know. I know that these cartels are woke. They're SJW cartels. That's why they got women.
For the game's toe.
That's why they got women running them. Yeah, Pablo Escobar.
Cases under MPP.
They're trying to come in here and do queer. They're trying to come in here and do queer Marxism. Everybody knows. They want me to wave the Guatemalan flag. I won't do it.
Only represent a small fraction of those seeking asylum in the U.S. Overall, the administration continues to turn the majority of migrants away.
We are not saying don't come. We are saying don't come now.
But they're still coming.
19 años fue mi primer intento. De ahí hacia acá lo he intentado, ya le digo, 8 veces más.
Republicans be like, they got shoes. Why are they coming in? It seems like they're pretty privileged to me. Looking real privileged to me. This one's got an iPhone.
Tengo 52. Quiero ser libre. Y es el sueño de toda la persona, ser libre.
For almost his entire adult life, Enrique's been trying to flee Cuba's political oppression for the U.S.
Levántate que estamos aquí. A la familia aquí.
His experience has taught him that there's power in numbers.
Look at them. They're wearing masks. They're running on the pro-mask agenda. Next thing you know, these immigrants, they're going to say they want to take vaccines. They want to make sure that they're all microchipped. They got muzzles on, brother.
Nombre, apellido, el sexo, el móvil, la edad y la nacionalidad, por favor.
He's now organizing to try and get himself and other migrants into the camp Onelia just left, hoping to follow in her footsteps.
¿Cuál es el propósito de hoy?
A organizarnos con el fin de que todas las personas que están dentro del campamento, cuando salgan, nosotros poder integrar al campamento.
¿Qué le están pidiendo al gobierno americano? O sea,
al gobierno de México y al gobierno mexicano que no destruyan el campamento para nosotros poder ubicarnos igual que ellos.
¿Por qué ahora?
Y con el cambio del presidente Biden, del nuevo programa que tiene, que nos beneficia a todos. Entonces todos queremos solicitar un asilo legalmente. Todos son emigrantes de diferentes nacionalidades.
Speaking of, they want to take our vaccines away. There's a new study conducted on this, and it turns out that 40% of Republicans have not taken the vaccine. They are the highest group identifier that refuse to take the vaccine. Out of eligible Republicans, 40%. I think it is 2/3 of the country. Country's 65 plus population has been vaccinated, which is really good. 40% of the people that have had eligibility but have refused to take the vaccine are Republicans. An NPR study found that around 50% of Republican men won't take the vaccine either.
Really impacts people around the RGV.
Hell yeah, brother! Don't do it.
pero todos somos iguales. Y estamos luchando todos por lo mismo.
Which, by the way, remember, like, the reason why our vaccination situation is, like, as successful, the reason why our vaccination situation is as successful is partially because we're, like, refusing to give the rest of the world vaccines, right? Like, we are hyper-focusing on vaccinating as many Americans as possible. All of the big pharma IP is literally preventing smaller countries, third world countries, developing nations from... Our vaccination process has been pretty successful so far. For you to throw up a question mark is ridiculous. In comparison to the rest of the world, there are very few countries that have been as successful thus far with vaccinating large swaths of their population. Israel is probably, if you refuse to admit that Palestinians are under Israeli sovereignty and refuse to admit that Palestinians, again, should be factored into the Israeli population in that respect, is probably the #1 country in vaccinations. And then I don't know where we're at, but we're in a here in the United States, we're doing pretty fucking well. UK is doing pretty well too. A lot of countries that were doing really poorly with preventions have done a decent job at vaccinating large swaths of the population. And part of that is because, like, they just want to go back. They're like, no, we got to go back to regular order of business, brother, or else we're gonna fucking die. The hilarity of the situation, or the sad, tragic yet hilarious part of this process, of course, is that, and thank you, Dr. Abogan. Dr. Toboggan 69, the 5 the subs. The sad reality of the situation is that, like, if you don't allow other countries to produce generics copies, steal the IP, and immediately start producing vaccines and start vaccinating their population, you're going to create more strains. You're going to create new strains. Ultimately, the problem is not going to end. This requires endless international collaboration. That is the point of the World Health Organization. That is how you deal with epidemics. Okay? With pandemics, with epidemics, you literally have to collaborate with other countries. If you don't do that, and if you protect your IP and make sure that, Pfizer is at least like, Pfizer and AstraZeneca and all these, and Johnson & Johnson are protecting themselves and their IP and not allowing other countries to at least create generics immediately and control the flow of pharma production worldwide, then you're going to get to a point where new strains are going to develop in places like South Africa, which is not even a fucking developing nation, really. I mean, I guess it kind of is. And other places that will then inevitably travel back to the United States and back to the Western world under the radar too, because we won't be ready for the new strains of COVID. We won't be expecting new strains of COVID to come into the country, and it will fucking own us. All right? It will own us again and again and again. Just like I love the prospect of radicalization. I love the prospect of being able to, go to the gym and whatnot, and reopening the. Most countries can't even produce vaccines, even if they had the IP rights. Even most European nations don't have the facilities. They have the pharma companies who just produce vaccines. Their government needs to improve vaccine production across the board. Yeah, it's true. The current debate around coronavirus intellectual property is a great example of corporate solidarity. Business interests at large would benefit from sharing IP and end the pandemic as fast as possible. But virtually all corporations are silent and siding with the drug lobby. The National Association of Manufacturers, the lobby group that reps ExxonMobil, Toyota, Alcoa, opposes any IP exemptions to share vaccine patents globally, claiming doing so would undermine innovation, boys. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the lobby group for hundreds of large corporations, similarly claims the proposal to share vaccine IP to end the pandemic would distort trade and create an uneven playing field for innovative U.S. businesses, because they are fearful that if there's a government exception carved out for big pharma that hurts big pharma, then that could seep into other pandemics in the future. Let's say there is let's say that because of climate change, which is real, these more extreme natural disasters have the likelihood of reoccurring over and over again with higher frequency. Okay, more natural, more unnatural and extreme weather conditions and natural disasters are occurring around the world. Now, what if they were to intervene in the way that ExxonMobil is extracting oil, for example? That would be devastating. That could never happen. So that's the solidarity amongst the owner class that is rarely ever talked about in front of the camera and in front of our eyes. It's just a nod that there is a common understanding that, it happens to you, it'll happen to us too. So we're just going to, despite the fact that it is in the best interest of everyone on the planet right now for you to be able to make it as easy as possible to distribute this vaccine to as many people as possible so we can return to business, so we can return literally enslaving the planet. They're like, nah, fuck it. Long delays in vaccine developing and lower income countries will shrink the global economy nearly by 10 trillion, according to one estimate. Yet these business industry groups copy and paste whatever drug lobby demands. Kind of incredible. Yep. It is yet another circumstance under the International Capitalist Organization of the Economy where big businesses are harming themselves ultimately. Like they are hurting themselves in the long run or in the short run, because they recognize that this would, at the very least, diminish their profit margins in the long run. You're opening up an opportunity for government intervention, which is terrifying for them, even if it is an absolute necessity. And that's precisely why they would literally fuck themselves over. The tendency of profit to, profits are always going to fall no matter what. In our sea of endless interest of consistently increasing your profit margins, you are going to create a consumer pool that is unable, a larger and larger percentage of the consumer pool that is straight up unable to purchase the products that you are creating. Not to get too much into Marxist theory, but this is kind of at the heart of what Karl Marx predicted would happen. Also, we are shouts out to the Majority Report for the raid. Thank you. I hope you had a good stream. That was pretty poggers of the Majority Report to throw a raid my way. Okay, let's go back to the migrant remain in Mexico policy being reversed by Joe Biden.
Todos los días nos estamos presentando acá para que el gobierno, incluso del campamento, sepan que nosotros existimos. Que no estamos en el programa de MP, pero estamos pidiendo asilo. Un lugar donde podamos estar tranquilos, un lugar donde estemos cerrados, tranquilos.
Will you take the vaccine if it's proven to be safe? What the fuck do you mean? What is the implication that there's no proof that it's safe right now? Because at the moment I am allowed to take this vaccine, I will take it. If you have a Republican relative that's eligible to take it and they don't want to take it, they should just steal it and give it to me, okay? I'll fucking take it right now. Nothing is ever 100% safe, but it's safe enough, and I will fucking take it.
Love the content. 10 out of 10
The
gems.
camp city is completely sealed off to press and to the public, so that's why I'm walking in the sidewalk trying to talk to these migrants and figure out how they're feeling this moment. ¿Ustedes ya tienen información de cuándo van a salir?
Nosotros queremos saber eso como inmigrantes, queremos saber y darnos cuenta qué sucede o qué pasa.
¿Y qué sienten ahora mismo?
Estamos totalmente desesperados. Aquí reina la incertidumbre, el caos. Aquí ya nadie desea estar aquí, ¿no?
Queremos estar aquí ya, queremos salir ya. ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva usted ya en el campamento?
8 meses.
¿Qué tipo de información quiere saber?
Que si vamos a pasar, que ya luego ya.
¿Cuánto tiempo más cree que pueda aguantar en estas condiciones?
Look at these goddamn cartel members. You say this. Do you say this? What may look like an abuela to you is an MS-13 gang member to me, brother.
Hola.
She is supplying MS-13 with freshly baked breads. Did you know that? In El Salvador, she was feeding the entire cartel with freshly baked pastries. You understand me?
Entonces siempre dijeron que era para el 19, ahora que es 23. Yo no sé cuál es la historia, yo no sé cómo es. Eso es cuando dice una fecha.
¿Qué se siente para usted estar tan cerca de Estados Unidos?
¿Cómo te puedo expresar Tan cerquita y tan lejos.
¿Sientes seguro aquí?
Sí, aquí dentro más o menos.
¿Y aquí fuera?
No, inseguro.
O sea, ¿qué significaría para usted salir a hacer una vida aquí?
No hay garantía de vida. Tú sabes que aquí hay mucha gente buena, pero hay gente mala también que se aprovechan y quieren lucrar con los inmigrantes, porque los inmigrantes es una forma de dinero.
Cartels have come to see migrants as a revenue stream. Knowing that many have family in the US, the cartels have been kidnapping them, forcing their relatives to pay a ransom. They also control who gets a chance to cross illegally, extorting the most desperate of migrants. And in Matamoros, the situation is even more dangerous, because cartels here are fighting over control of the city. So some migrants have started their own shelters to create a safe space.
Ahí está el campamento.
Está el campamento y nosotros estamos a 200, 250 metros.
Estuardo Cifuente, a gay asylum seeker himself, created a safe house for LGBTQ migrants who are particularly vulnerable.
I told you, they're bringing in homosexuality.
Por un lado y por la parte de atrás a las luces de la ciudad de Brownsville.
They want safe
Mucha gente
spaces.
se le olvida, o sea, lo que significa en realidad vivir en esta ciudad, ¿no? Que es una ciudad violenta. ¿Qué significa vivir en Matamoros? O sea, ¿cuál es la realidad?
Pues vivir en peligro y en constante incertidumbre, porque no sabes si el día de mañana sales y te puedes, o sea, eres víctima de un secuestro o eres víctima de un asalto o pues andas en la calle y puedes hacer una balacera y te pueden dar un tiro, o sea, eres una víctima constantemente.
¿Ustedes de aquí suelen salir afuera o se suelen quedar aquí?
El miércoles yo salí en el centro, fui a comprar unas cosas y yo estaba en la parada esperando la pecera y luego pasó un carro y me dijo, hey, súbete, te vamos a checar. Entonces luego me llevaron a un lugar y comenzaban a preguntarme que si yo tenía familia en Estados Unidos, me preguntaron que si yo era gay, dije que sí, me dijeron, ¿no crees tú que con una golpiza se te puede quitar eso? Entonces yo les decía que no me hicieran nada, que por favor me...
Hold on, this is like super long. I'm gonna skip through a little bit because I want to see the legislative side, okay?
Pero la idea no es que el campamento haya gente que sale, gente que entra. Este campamento se está registrando, la población que en este momento está en el campamento, pero repito que estar fuera del campamento no tiene ningún impacto frente a la elegibilidad del programa. Si alguien es un caso activo de NPT.
Chat, I don't give a fuck. Stop throwing out poggos. Trust me, okay? I don't wanna go through the entire video. There's a lot more news to cover, okay? We already know, like I've covered a fuckload on the plight of migrants. Like you watching 5 extra minutes of a Vice video is not going to make you more empathetic to the plight, okay? Typical white male skipping the LGBT section. Yeah. Typical white male banning you as well. Also, typical white males can be LGBT too, dumbass. Not that I am, but still. You should have at least said cishet. Dude, this video covers very little on beyond what's going on with what people are doing. Okay. Okay, son, I see you raise all these reasonable arguments, but I watched Lauren's Southern video that confirmed my belief 5 years ago, so frick you. No, he should have said cishet, like cisgender heterosexual guy, skipping over LGBT issues, but he didn't say that. Okay. Anyway, we got way too deep into this. Okay, we got way too deep into. What the fuck is this? Hassan Piker, a charisma god? What the fuck is this, dude?
Love the broadcast hassle.
Political commentator. He's also extremely charismatic in this. Become the personality he is. What the fuck? Okay. Self-help YouTube found you? Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, I'll take it. Thank you for telling me I'm a charisma god. All right. We'll watch that maybe in a little bit. That could be pretty funny. I'm gonna throw this goddamn Logitech fucking G Hub out the fucking window, dude. I've been trying
Guy,
to.
Pogo.
I have been trying to fucking. God, I'm so mad. I've been trying to fucking charge this all night. I charged it all night and it did not charge. Like, it just did not fucking charge. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, it is the Shroud mouse. I'm so mad. I am angry at Shroud right now.
Thanks, man. I was really close to falling of the right side. Thanks a ton.
What a Weasley little fucking liar mouse, dude. I literally... No, I didn't plug it in. It's a wireless mouse with a fucking auto... With a pad that, like, literally is supposed to charge it as soon as you place it on top of it. Anyway. Okay. Let's get back to
keep it up.
Let's get back to the fucking situation. Matt is always plugged in. Shut up. So Kevin McCarthy, minority leader in the House, is literally doing what AOC did, but on the other side, creating a situation that is like trying to increase the panic around migrants. This is all that the Fox News has been talking about, making it seem like there is a gigantic problem at the border, whereas that gigantic problem always existed. The media stopped covering it under Donald Trump after they were done with like migrant detention centers for children, because they covered it too much. So now they're like, or they think they covered it too much. They covered it into the ground. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the